Hey guys, Marsninged here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to take a look at the free-to-play login Gogeta from the 9th anniversary. Obviously, he was given out when the anniversary started, but he has received an Extreme Z Awakening, which is the first time that they've done this for one of these free-to-play anniversary login cards. Usually they end up just kind of being box trophies more than anything else, just so you have the unit you could say you were around during the time of the anniversary, but they're never usually that worth running on teams. I remember last year, the 8th anniversary, the base form Spirit Bomb Goku, he was okay. So we'll check out this Gogeta. I remember people not being super impressed with his TUR. Well, he actually started as a TUR, which is interesting. But now he has an EZA. So post EZA, his super attack is greatly raised attack and defense for 1 turn, does supreme damage to the enemy, and then he gives himself 19% dodge chance, which is interesting. He gets that on super, so obviously he's not going to be very good in slot 1 because that hasn't triggered yet. But it's an interesting super attack effect for sure. Be interesting to see who they give that to in future, right? Because getting dodge chance on super is a mechanic that I don't think we've seen any other units get before now. So that definitely could be interesting for other units in the future, like a UI Goku or something. So his passive skill, the Ultimate Savior, attack and defense 99%. He gets an additional 19% attack and defense per key sphere obtained. Then if there's a superhero or movie hero ally in the same turn, he gets an additional 9% attack and defense per key sphere. So 28% attack and defense per orb, as long as you have a movie heroes or superheroes ally in the same turn, which should be pretty easy. It's all of the sort of units you're going to want to run him with anyway. And then if you get 5 orbs in total, he gets attacks effective against all types, and if you get 9 orbs, he gets a guaranteed crit. Now the downside to that, of course, is the fact that he doesn't create his own orbs. But we'll go ahead and see what sort of numbers we can get out of him here. We don't have the best setup because, of course, he's not going to link with the other base Gogeta until he transforms. He does share Saiyan Warrior race with this Goku, so I guess we'll go with that. We can get 7 orbs here, so we are going to get the effective against all types. That gives him 156k defense. So with the greatly raise on super, that puts him up to 225k, which is not really very impressive. He has a 19% chance to dodge after that, but 19% obviously not a lot. For those of you who are into your full dodge builds on characters, right? If you're not going heavy in with the skill orbs and things like that, 19 is kind of a level of dodge you will often see on a non-int unit that's been given a lot of dodge. But remember, that is just, you know, with dodge being 1 for 1 in the hidden potential, unlike additional and crit. A 19% chance to dodge. Those of you who have any units out there with 19 dodge in the hidden potential specifically, I'm sure you're very much aware from your own experience that you can't rely on that when it comes to big attacks. So if we're ever in a situation where we had a scouter active, or, you know, we just know where a super's going to be, like some bosses that have countdowns and things like that, you wouldn't be putting this Gogeta in front of that attack and hoping that the super allows him to dodge. Now, the one thing, I think Minato mentioned this on the podcast, I'm not 100% sure. I'll throw him under the bus, so if it's not true, blame him, not me. But it's if he doubles supers, then that dodge chance on his super stacks. So if he gets an additional super, he will then have a 38% chance to dodge. So I think you definitely want to give him a decent amount of additional in the hidden potential system. I've brought this Goku, who I mistakenly, have I brought the wrong one? He is actually not the one I thought he was. For some reason I thought he was the Turles Movie Heroes one, and I got them confused. The 2 physical base Goku. He's Kaioken Goku, not the base Goku. So I done goofed. But the reason why he's even on the team in the first place is, unfortunately, we'll see once we do actually get another Gogeta near him on the rotation. But this Gogeta's link set is not the best for a lot of the units that you're going to run him with. Like, he has Fused Fighter for other Gogeta characters. He does have Over in a Flash, but then he has Shocking Speed, so he doesn't have Prepared for Battle. He has the Saiyan Lineage, Kamehameha, and then Shattering the Limit. So, of course, most of the big units that you're going to be running around him have Fierce Battle. Now, Shocking Speed or Over in a Flash is pretty decent for allowing him to get key links with other characters on the teams. Saiyan Lineage is decent, but of course, being a base form Gogeta on a bunch of these teams that have Super Saiyans and Super Saiyan Blues and Gods and all that kind of stuff, is him not having the Super Saiyan link is definitely a big one that he misses out on. But of course, if they'd made him like a Super Saiyan Gogeta, then he wouldn't link with the new anniversary LR, which I guess that wouldn't be the end of the world. But if they're giving you this free login trophy, it's then kind of counterproductive if you actually pull the new unit, which they want you to do, I guess, even if they want you to probably buy a bunch of stones first, but they want you to pull the new unit. So then if they'd made the free one a base Gogeta, then it wouldn't have been, like, he'd have been even less runnable than he is now, if we're going to say that he is at least somewhat runnable, right? So let's go ahead and put him in the second slot here so we can at least get him some dodge chance and see what he can do. We can get 8 orbs here for him. So you can see here, without having like an orb changer on the rotation, very difficult to actually hit that 9 orbs to get a guaranteed crit. But he's got 180k defense now, thanks to the support from Piccolo. So on Super, he's going to have about 270k defense, which is not the best. Now, him getting a double Super, of course, not only gets him to the 270, it would push him up to then, what, 360? Something like that. And then, of course, he would have the 38% chance to dodge, which would be significantly better. So I think for his hidden potential, if you are going to run him, you're going to be giving him mostly additional and dodge, right? Because he's never going to do crazy damage on the team. So missing the 9 orbs and not getting crit very often. Oh, there you go. He dodged the super, so we'll take that. I'm pretty sure the hidden potential of the one on the private server, he doesn't have any dodge in his hidden potential. So, you know, like I said, even though you're not necessarily going to be able to rely on it, that 19% chance to dodge, he just dodged the super from that. So obviously we will absolutely take that. But yeah, when it comes to hidden potential, getting the 9 orbs, if you have him floating on Gogeta's team, which I guess, like, again, it kind of just brings into question, if you pulled the new Gogeta, are you really going to be running this free-to-play one on his team? Probably not, but, you know. But this LR Gogeta, being an orb changer himself, would of course help this guy quite significantly to get to those 9 orbs. Units like God Goku, obviously now the Blue Boys, like the Universe 7 duo being a Rainbow Orb Changer as well. This guy could get into situations where he could eat pretty good with these orbs, but 9 orbs to get the guaranteed crit is quite a big stretch. Now the thing is, getting 5 orbs gives him effective against all types, which in and of itself is still good in terms of doing a bunch of extra damage to the enemy. It's not like he needs that guaranteed crit or he's not doing any damage, because with being effective against all types, he can still do decent damage to STR bosses and stuff like that. But yeah, you want to get as many orbs as possible, more so than anything because he is a nuking style unit, and as a free-to-play character with lower stats in the first place, you know, you want to get as many orbs as you can so that he's actually hitting hard and having more defense, which is probably the most important thing. So I definitely would be torn in terms of which is the best way to go, additional or dodge. So here we go. We put these two guys together, and they now share 4 links. In fact, you do have Kamehameha, don't you? Which, yeah, activates with you once we actually get the key. So in the middle here, because we have Saiyan Warrior Race and Kamehameha with the Tech Goku, then this Gogeta now has 6 out of 7 links active in the middle here. So that's pretty good. What's the best way to get decent orbs with you? Grab these, I suppose, and then you can get... It's only 6. Not the craziest, unfortunately. Again, without having an orb changer on the field, it's not the best. And then, of course, there is the possibility this Kaioken Goku just gets clapped here by Cell, because he's not on the leader skill, which, again, was my bad. But this base Gogeta, unfortunately, his best link partners are units like base Gotenks, which we don't really have a good meta-relevant one at the moment. Units like some of the Heroes fusions, which is cool, but, you know, they're not going to be on this Movie Heroes team. A Fused Fighters team is obviously pretty strong now thanks to the buff from just Gogeta existing. We did some challenge runs on the channel not even that long ago, having beaten Merge Zamasu like Red Zone with a Fused Fighters team because of some of the really strong units that are on there. But of course, a lot of those Heroes units then require being run with other Heroes or crossover characters. So that in and of itself can become a little bit awkward. So we basically have seen, with a decent amount of orbs, I'll look at Goku getting the stun, keeping himself alive here. You love to see it. So yeah, getting the decent amount of orbs, we're able to get up to sort of 4 to 5 million attack stats, which is not bad. And then, yeah, unfortunately, though, his defense, which is going to be the big issue, right? His defense only really getting up to less than 300k, and then only 19% chance to dodge as his only real way of surviving some of these more difficult situations, is not really ideal. And again, because it only activates on his super attack, it means you can't put him in slot 1, and AoEs, which fortunately, you know, with all the new content from the anniversary, we haven't really been getting any AoE bosses, but he will obviously not be good against AoEs because he's not getting that dodge chance until he actually does his attack. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you have got him on JP already fully maxed out and everything, what did you go for his hidden potential? Knowing, as we did, we found out a little while ago he was going to get an EZA because his sticker asset was in the files. So I would have recommended not rainbowing him straight away so you can wait to see what his EZA does. Like I say, I'm leaning between crit, additional and dodge are definitely his best abilities. And then it just comes down to whether you want to give him more dodge or more additional. So on this rotation we do get Fused Fighter, but yeah, see, with Gogeta he only shares Fused Fighter and Over in a Flash, which is not exactly the best link set here. I think what we need to do is transform you, and then unfortunately we're probably just going to have to go for the 70% chance to dodge with the physical Gogeta, because otherwise I think Birdcoo actually just gets clapped here by Cell. So we'll get 7 orbs for you. That gives you 164k, means he's going up to about 240 post super, which is not super impressive, but it is what it is. And then Gogeta, come on, give me that dodge. There, that's my boy. Now, of course, Gogeta here could just end up killing Cell. Oh, of course, this is the friend one. So the issue with the friend unit on the private server, I do know how to fix it now, but I haven't done it for Gogeta. You have to do it for each individual unit. And I haven't done it for Gogeta, so that's why his attack stat is so low compared to what we would expect to see. But he should be good here to not finish off Cell, which is good. And then we'll see Gogeta attack for the final time. And is there even an attack in slot 2 for him to dodge? There is. So hopefully he gets his attack off here, doesn't kill Cell. Hopefully we could see him dodge. I would like to see the turn where he gets a double super, but he has nothing in his passive for that, so he's entirely relying on hidden potential, and then that 19% from the the hidden potential if you give him additional. And yeah, he didn't dodge. He tanks normals okay, but we're not against a particularly tough boss, so it's kind of one of those things. Is he a good free-to-play option for some teams? Maybe, but I don't know, he definitely isn't anything too crazy. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of competition for free-to-play, especially with the base form Gogeta. And if you are running the anniversary Gogeta like this one, you're probably going to be floating him as well, right? So you can get that turn 4, he comes back and then transforms. So, I don't know. We'll end this out here with the active skill from STR Gogeta. But let me know what you guys think down below of the login Gogeta. Is he usable? Is he trash? You guys let me know your thoughts down below. How did you build your one? I think the free-to-play login cards are just a cool thing to have, and I guess we'll wait to see what the one is for the 10th year. But that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.